What's going on, guys? So today I'm here with Sniper and we're gonna talk about cages. Here, wait a second. Sniper, where you go? I'm gonna build a cage from Red Breeze, which is 24 by 24 by 48 inches, which is the size of the cage you see behind me. And it's gonna be for this little girl over here, which is 3.5 months old. Her name is Daenerys and she's a panther chameleon. So she needs a bigger cage as soon as possible, as the minimum size recommended is that one over there. So without further ado, let's get it building. So here's what you need for your cage. You need the left side, you need the door, you need the right side, I think. Oh, this is the right side, and this is the back. So then you're gonna have a top, and the bottom will have no screen, and will come with this piece of plastic. So the cage also comes with 26 screws of this size, and 4 screws for the door of this size. So now that the cage is built, we're gonna put in some branches, some plants, some decorations, and what I suggest doing with branches is we're gonna put them horizontally, and we're gonna build up 3 different layers on 3 levels, so that the chameleon can self-thermoregulate, and he's gonna stay on the top if he wants to bask, and lower as much as he wants to cool down when it's getting too hot. So this is the cage she's in right now. What I like to do is build an internal structure with branches on the corners, as you see, and then start building from there and putting different layers of branches all around the cage. The build that we're gonna make today is kind of like this one. It's really hard to find long branches that will fit to the top of this cage, just because it's so tall. And one thing you want to do with the branches though is you want to wash them, or you want to boil them so that they're sterilized. Otherwise they will be full probably of parasites or insects, and that stuff you really don't want to put it in your chameleon's enclosure. So here I got the branches. I took the bark off and I cleaned them very well, let them dry out in the sun, and I cut the edges in the safest way possible. I'm gonna put this plant in and see how it looks, and kind of build the structure over that one, because the last time I've done it, I put the branches first and then the plant, and it was kind of a struggle just to fit the pot with an heavy plant in between all the branches without breaking anything. So I'm gonna do it the other way around this time, and I'm gonna put the plant first and then trying to figure out where I want the branches to be. So now that I put the plant in, I know I want these 2 branches to be one on this side attached to the screen and the other one on the frame. So I'm going to start putting other branches all across the cage. I think I might attach some on the screen itself, just because they're really light and my chameleon is not going to be that heavy to break it or rip it. So I'm also going to put a pot holder behind here, just to raise up the other plant that I'm going to put inside, and I'm going to hang Poto's plant over here, and I'm going to show you guys how I put hanging plants on the screen. So when I'm hanging plants inside of the cage, they usually come with a hook like this one, and I just clip the top off, kind of leave a flat side, and just zip tie this one on the top of the screen. It might get a little heavy, so you might risk of ripping the screen, but if you put like a branch or even a pen or something to distribute the weight a little better, you'll be fine. So now that I know where my branches are gonna be, I'm just gonna take a marker and mark where I want the zip ties to be, and I'm gonna be doing the same on the other branch, and then start attaching all the other branches together. So when it comes to zip ties, I like using the smallest one, and always remember to work it from outside and leaving the head or this little part outside of the cage. So a lot of time when you're using these tiny zip ties, when you attach the branch, they don't reach. So what I like to do is just put another zip tie and make it double, just like so. So now that we have the structure in place, we're gonna start thinking about how to put the other ones. So I think I'm gonna put the basking branch over here and then work my way down, and I think I'm gonna put the middle one on the screen instead of on the structure, just to give it a little more shape and make it a little more dynamic. So what I've done here is I've drilled some holes on the branches that I'm going to attach to the structure branches, and I drilled some holes on the structure branches themselves, and I put a zip tie that goes across, and I made a little loop with this one so that I'm going to place this one where I want it to be, and then I'm just going to run the other zip tie through it and then tie them together, and they're going to be nice and tight. So this is how I usually do. I just put this one horizontally, this one vertically, and then I just tie them together over there. So this is where I got so far. I put some branches in, I secured them with zip ties, and I'm still waiting to put the plant and the chameleon inside to add the final branches. Otherwise I would have a hard time just fitting the pot inside of the cage. After the plant and the chameleon, I'm going to put another vine just to give it some more space to roam around, and that will be it. And then we're just missing lights and the misting system. This is it, guys. I'm pretty happy with the result. I put the plant in and the chameleon. I still have to put some plants and some vines just to make it a little fuller. I left some empty space at the bottom for the laying bin for once she will be ready to lay. And if you want to see the updates, follow me on Instagram. I'm the cam guy. I'll put the link down below. And of course, if you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.